In the spring of 1901, a group of Greek sponge divers set out into the Aegean Sea. They weren't explorers or archaeologists or treasure hunters. They were ordinary men searching for sea sponges to sell in the markets of Greece. But fate had other plans. As they dove near a small, windswept island called Antikythera, one of the divers swam into something that didn't belong. At first, he thought it was the skeleton of a massive sea monster. Bones, skulls, the remains of something terrifying. When he surfaced, gasping for air, he could hardly describe what he had seen. The men returned with more divers, and soon they realized it was no monster at all. It was a shipwreck, a massive one, a Roman-era vessel, lost to the sea nearly 2,000 years before. When the divers began bringing objects to the surface, the world was stunned. Bronze statues, marble figures, coins, jewelry, and fine glass treasures of the ancient world perfectly preserved by the ocean. Archaeologists rushed to the scene, and within weeks, the wreck of Antikythera became one of the most important discoveries in Mediterranean history. But hidden among the statues and jewels was something far less impressive to the eye: a small, corroded lump of bronze fused together with wood. At first glance, it was ignored, just a fragment, something unrecognizable. It sat in storage for years, a forgotten relic from a forgotten wreck. No one could have imagined that this unremarkable piece of bronze would become one of the greatest mysteries in history, a device so advanced that scientists today still struggle to understand it. The Antikythera Mechanism, a computer built over 2,000 years ago, centuries before the word computer even existed. By the early 20th century, scholars had begun studying the corroded fragments. They noticed faint inscriptions on the surface, Greek letters etched into the bronze. They also noticed tiny gear teeth. This wasn't jewelry. It wasn't a statue. It was a machine. But what kind of machine could have been built in the ancient world? No one could explain it. It wasn't until the 1950s that scientists began to realize its true complexity. X-ray imaging revealed more than 30 intricate bronze gears, carefully cut and interlocked, forming a mechanism unlike anything else from the ancient world. The Antikythera Mechanism, once reconstructed, stunned the world. It could track the movement of the sun and moon through the zodiac. It could predict eclipses years in advance. It could even calculate the timing of the Olympic Games. A device capable of modeling the heavens with mechanical precision, built in 100 BC. Nothing like it would appear again in Europe until the invention of astronomical clocks over 1,000 years later. So how did this machine exist? Who made it? And why did it vanish from history? Some scholars point to Archimedes, the brilliant mathematician of Syracuse, who lived in the 3rd century BC. Ancient writers claim he built war machines, death rays, and devices that baffled the Romans. Could the Antikythera Mechanism have been inspired by his genius? Others argue it came from a lost school of Greek engineers, men whose names never survived, whose inventions were destroyed when Rome conquered Greece. Imagine if hundreds of such machines once existed, scattered across the Mediterranean, only to be melted down for their bronze, or lost to shipwrecks like Antikythera. If true, the mechanism is not a miracle. It is a survivor, a single piece of a forgotten technological world. Today, the Antikythera Mechanism sits in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. Scientists from around the world have studied it using the most advanced technology available: 3D X-rays, CT scans, digital modeling. Piece by piece, they have reconstructed its functions. And yet, the mystery only deepens. The device is far more advanced than anything we believe possible for its time. Its gears are cut with such precision that it suggests not an isolated invention, but a tradition of craftsmanship, an industry capable of producing multiple devices. So where are they? Why has not a single other mechanism survived? Were they destroyed deliberately, lost in fire and war? Or are they still out there, buried beneath the sand, hidden beneath the sea, waiting to be found? The Antikythera Mechanism forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. History is fragile. Knowledge can be lost. Civilizations can rise to brilliance and collapse into silence. If this one device could be forgotten for 2,000 years, what else has humanity lost? What other inventions, discoveries, and breakthroughs have been erased? Machines that might have changed the course of history. Medicines, sciences, entire fields of knowledge swallowed by time. And here's the most haunting thought of all. If the ancients built a computer over 2,000 years ahead of its time, how close were they to unlocking even greater secrets? What if humanity has not always marched forward, but instead stumbles, rising and falling, losing knowledge as often as it gains it? The Antikythera Mechanism is more than a machine. It is a whisper from the past, a warning that progress is never guaranteed, that brilliance can be silenced, and that we, too, might one day be forgotten. Do you think the Antikythera mechanism was a one-of-a-kind miracle, or proof that an entire ancient civilization's technology has been lost forever?